Welcome to Shakti Pulse, where we bring insights from industry titans for the benefit of the founder community. And today we're joined by Cristina Morgan, who is a Shakti titan. And Cristina has an incredible Wall Street career and was most recently the vice chairman of investment banking at JP Morgan.
They're incredibly brave. I mean, think about it. Most of them, and certainly the ones in the early days, mortgaged their house. They, quit their jobs. They put their families at risk because in the early days, software wasn't considered a financeable business. So there weren't venture capitalists beating down their doors with boatloads of money. They actually had to self-fund. So, they were people who wanted to change whatever problem problem set they were trying to solve for. There's simply too big of a gap between buyers and sellers. It's all a matter of valuations. A lot of wonderful companies chose not to go public during a particularly bleak time because the market was only willing to pay if you're not desperate, and many of these companies are not even close to that description. You simply go back to work, put your head down, go sell software, and wait for a better time. And that's what they're doing. A good story is the SolarWinds story, which is, we won the business, I believe it was the end of 2007. And then, of course, the financial meltdown of the world happened in 2008. When we finally did go public, it was the first software company and the first technology company to go public out of the financial crisis. And it was very successful, but meaning that the stock went up from where we sold it. But let's remember that we took it public for probably a third of what it would have gotten had not we been in a completely buyer's market. So once there was some kind of data point out there that deals were working, deals started to flow. And that's what we need now. We need some deals to work. Each board member is probably a little different and given their background is going to be more useful for some things than others. Having said that, what board members bring to their boards is their judgment, their experience, and their ability to communicate that in an effective way with their fellow board members and most primarily with the management team. I do believe operating executives make excellent board members because they really can talk about being useful. They can say, I was in your shoes. This is what my thought process was. I just saw an interview with Helen Mirren yesterday, and she was asked what advice she would give young women getting in the movie business and the entertainment business. And she said, show up on time, know your lines, and don't be a jerk. And I thought, well, gee, that's kind of what I tell everybody when they get in the investment banking business. One of the things I love about Shakti is that, yes, you guys do have quite a few women CEOs. And I just think that's great because I think that if you keep your eyes open, naturally good ideas come from everywhere. I'm actually pretty optimistic because I think we've been down for a long time. I think that the people that survived this downturn are stronger for it. Therefore, those companies have indeed, talk about the pendulum swinging, they have realized that the growth at all costs model is not what people want to hear. It's either you can be unprofitable in the short term, but you got to have a path to profitability or be profitable now. So stronger, better companies will go public at lower valuations than they would have gone public 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And that makes, at some point, for a meeting of the minds between buyers and sellers. At that point, you've got a workable market.